What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, second video of the day, and holy balls, I have probably 8 more to do, but I'm going to have to practice some restraint as to not flood your sub feeds. But a lot of people have asked my opinion about VidCon, if I'm going to go, and I want to talk a little bit about that, but also I want to hit on this article that essentially defamed Dave Cullen at Computing Forever and Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, with the Anita Sarkeesian incident last year. So my take on VidCon is who the hell would ever want to go to a place like this? I just don't see any value in it. As somebody who really enjoys meeting viewers, enjoys meeting people in general, I would much rather meet people at, say, Gen Con or something like that, where we're in a place of mutual interest and not a place where mediocre E-celebs get to feel like Hollywood movie stars for the day. It's just cringy to me. And you know, I'm sorry if, as a creator, you know, that makes you feel bad, but it's really just the way it is. It's you know, it's valuable for collaborations, but I've done the convention scene many years on my other channel, and you know, bottom line is VidCon is getting all these YouTubers who show up and make them money for free. I look at things a little bit, you know, a bit of a capitalist, right? Why in the hell would any creator go pay money to go to VidCon so that you can make the kinds of scumbags that we're going to talk about here any money at all? Okay. We've known for a long time the folks that run VidCon are scummy. At one time, many years ago, I'm told that VidCon was pure. A cool way to go meet YouTubers that you happen to enjoy. Now, it seems weird to me. I see a lot of people changing their Twitter tags to, you know, at VidCon. Why? This whole concept of it's for the fans, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's an opportunity for most people that go to feel like there's something special. That they're, you know, that's some kind of big shot being at VidCon. It's for the fans. Good luck meeting any fans there. You'd be way better off holding your own meetups and things like that should you choose to do that. And we've seen several creators out there doing that. Not just those in the more skeptic community, as some people would say, but you've got you know, medium-sized YouTubers like Tana Mojo, whatever her name is, doing her own conventions. And I think that's what you should do. I don't like the idea of making these guys any money, because what we're going to look at here is basically outright defamation and lies about the VidCon situation last year. And look, VidCon CEO addresses last year's incident. We made a mistake. Now, you can look this up for yourself. The only incident is when Anita Sarkeesian addressed an audience member and, by her words, harassed him and verbally assaulted him. That is by her definition, right? When you host a panel, the idea is for people to show up. The real reason the grifter Anita Sarkeesian was salty is because nobody showed up at her panel. The place was empty, okay? And it's going to be empty at Gen Con too, which I may or may not check out. But again, this is not an Anita Sarkeesian thing. This is like literal lies by the CEO of VidCon. Last year's VidCon, a fan-driven convention. No, it's a YouTuber-driven convention. Nobody would show up if the YouTubers weren't there, right? VidCon CEO Jim Lauterbach is now calling everything that happened that day a mistake that the organization has learned from. While Anita Sarkeesian used to speaking in front of larger crowds, her VidCon appearance was made more stressful by the appearance of a few notorious YouTubers who have antagonized her over the year. Again, making videos critical of her videos is presented as antagonization. Now, this is an editorialization by Polygon, of course, including Carl Benjamin, of course, using both of their real names, right, and Dave Cullen. When Sarkeesian addressed Benjamin and his pals, by the way, they had said nothing to this point. They were sitting there, probably not enjoying, but they were sitting there consuming the panel, a panel that does not have a required guest list, a ban list, anything like that. But what they say here is they sat in the first few rows in an attempt to antagonize her. There is no evidence of this. In fact, what I'm told is the room was empty. They had no problem walking up right up to the front row and sitting down. And Benjamin, so what they said is she addressed him, right? But what they said, Benjamin started yelling back about his right to debate her. Incorrect. He responded to her statement. A statement released by VidCon called the paneling called out Benjamin and Cullen and others for intentional intimidation, adding that the panelists were understandably on edge during the presentation. Now, what they're saying here is apparently as a panel, if you're going to speak on a panel, you should be able to have a ban list. Apparently, if you've ever disagreed with somebody on a panel, you're not allowed to attend because that is clearly the direction they're going. Cullen said their attendance at the panel wasn't malicious, but they got a kick out of being there. So what? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You go to a panel to enjoy it, be entertained. Sorry, Colt misses me. I was out of town for the last 6 days. And it had a high, it's such an adrenaline high to be there in that situation to shitpost in this trolling kind of way. But really, all they did was attend a panel that they paid to attend and said nothing at all. Lauterbach said that he and the VidCon team had learned from what happened at the panel and are taking more serious measures this year to try and make sure that doesn't happen, adding more security to panels that may get out of hand and additional VidCon staff. But again, the audience in this case, Sargon and Dave Cullen, did nothing wrong. They attended the panel. Is Sargon of Akkad supposed to just sit there when somebody calls him a garbage human and take it? He responded to Anita Sarkeesian, calling him unprompted, by the way, a shithead from a position of power, as she would put it, being on stage with the microphone, while he was just a pleb in the crowd. We are going to get better every year, Lauterbach said. We're going to make sure we don't let that happen this year. What happened? This article spins Anita Sarkeesian as a victim when, in fact, she broke every policy code out there. The people that paid to go to that panel did nothing wrong. Again, Lauterbach didn't say anything about banning or refusing entry to YouTubers known for, quote, inciting harassment. Again, we know that's just criticizing. But it's something that Sarkeesian told Polygon last year she hopes the staff would consider. So Sarkeesian told Polygon that she wants people blacklisted. People that pay $400, $500, $600 for a pass to get into this dumbass convention will now have to face a ban list if they've ever created content that might be critical of somebody who might have a panel. When push comes to shove, conventions like VidCon should stand up and support women and other marginalized folks who are harassed. Again, so what they're saying is if you're a man and you have, quote, dissenters, that's okay. Why should I have to go out there in this toxic environment? Why aren't these men just punished for creating that environment? After all, this is a conference about online video culture attended primarily by YouTubers, and it's no secret that YouTube has an incredibly toxic culture. So why don't you just not go? Isn't that the easiest way? It's not your right to be there. You are completely there by your own free will. But see, you can't play the victim if you don't show up, right? That's the whole grift. Now, we know she's kind of a dead meme, but the fact of the matter is, this is the exact kind of shit that would be a primary reason to not attend VidCon. And I think, look, you do you. But if I were a YouTuber and you make your living here on YouTube where we are constantly under attack for trying to just share our own opinions, yes, it's a private platform, okay? I accept that. But why would I give my money willingly to a convention that wants to ban and silence dissent the same way YouTube does? It's only so you can feel like you're a big deal, right? It's only so you can put in your Twitter and be like, I'm at VidCon. I would never support people spending any money on VidCon because they are cultivating the exact same environment that we have on YouTube. And then you have part of this mission is to protect the speakers and ensure this type of situation doesn't occur again. Again, what does that mean? That means that speakers are going to have, in my opinion, ban lists for YouTubers they don't like to attend their panels. Isn't it my right to attend a panel, especially when I pay to go in there, to have an option for Q&A? It's like with the Sarkeesian at Gen Con thing. I already have emails in my inbox from Gen Con that's like, dude, don't even think about it. But why can't I ask a question? Isn't that, it's not called compliment me. It's called Q&A. But these are just many of the reasons that VidCon is dumb. If you attend VidCon, fine. But I recommend strongly reconsidering giving them any money in any way, promoting them or saying anything positive about a convention that profits solely off your presence there as a YouTuber and embraces, in fact, even enhances the censorship culture that we see on YouTube today.